Hello! Today I'm going to share part 2 of my tweakments journey with you. For those of you who are needle phobes, I've got 5 hacks that will help you look younger without tweakments, just using a few key products and some techniques. I'll leave a link to my first tweakment story in the description box below, so you can have a look if you want to go back there. If you did see it, you'll probably remember that I had to go back in 2 weeks' time to check how the Botox and fillers had actually settled in. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Wish me luck.
Now you need a small adjustment. See, this is good when you smile. See, lovely, high,
Not so much.
and not so much. Not as much, because still a bit bony here, a bit combed. Compared to the other side. We're going to put something here.
Really?
It comes from here. This is very dry. This is.
Going back into zebra land again.
Oh
yeah.
Here and definitely something here. Then you'll be symmetrical. Because you were very gaunt when we started. Some Botox too is good.
Yeah, that's great.
Botox is absolutely perfect.
Absolutely fine.
Botox, no retouch, nothing. That's just the body. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. This is like okay, no problem.
Everyone's face adapts differently to fillers, so there I was back on the couch again. But it's not the only way to actually look 5 years younger. I've got hack number 1 coming up. This is my Victoria Beckham Bronzing Brick in number 3, and my trick here is to use it as an eyeshadow, but you're lifting up into the temple. See, give yourself an eye lift. I've actually got my base and my concealer and my eyebrows and everything else is done, and I'll leave all the products listed in the description box, but I just want to focus on these 5 products that will really help you to look a little bit younger without having to lie on the couch. See? Eyes instantly lifted. Shouldn't be able to see it, but you should know that it's there, if you know what I mean. That's how you know you've got the right amount. You literally just take your eye up. It's funny how talking about Botox and fillers can be still kind of taboo. Things are changing. It is 2025 after all, but Dr. Sebagh has been at the forefront of the industry for many years.
First, this is a bit too high here. A mini drop of dissolvent just to flatten. See, it's easy to correct. Easy to correct. Fine. Now let's get some local Anastasia on this side. Well, at least.
Okay, see you in a minute. If the sight of needles aren't your bag, don't worry, here's hack number 2, concealer. Placement is key. So I'm taking my Natasha Denona. Now then, I am taking, I've put concealer under my eyes. This is shaping concealer. And again, you're going up. A key thing to do is to shade either side of your mouth, and again you're going upwards. You're trying to lift your face, so you can put off seeing someone like Dr. Sebagh for a few more years. Really gently blend this in, but make sure that you don't want to end up with a stripy face, and it takes the eye upwards. While I was there, I took the opportunity of asking Dr. Sebagh a question from a subscriber after seeing my first video. So this one is for you, music lover. I've got a question from a viewer. She said something like, are you going to have your nasolabial folds done?
Not necessarily. You are always at this shape. It's morphogenetic, as I said. The main issue, the main problem is to lift the mid-face. Because if you don't lift or plump up or replump the mid-face on one or two level, or deep or superficial or both, if you just feel the line here, the nasolabial fold, not doing anything here, you're going to have a big sausage.
Yeah.
It's going to be, no, it's exactly like a big sausage, because it's even worse, because it's still flat here. Then you increase the volume here, so you don't lift anything, so it's much worse. You always finish with the nasolabial fold after restoring the volume on the mid-face or the temporal mid-face area. Last resort, you do the nasolabial fold effect. It's last resort.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a relief, really. The last thing I want is two sausages either side of my nose.
Naturally, I try to restore the original face the best way possible. It's a four-dimensional problem. That's people don't understand that. That's why it's not so easy. Okay, you have the bone, you have the muscle, you have the fat, you have the skin. All these four layers are going to age at a different pace.
While some people remain a bit squeamish about it all, more and more people are actually embracing treatments. And I saw a report in the Times newspaper, and it said the industry is growing 4 times faster than the wider economy, taking its overall value to 30.4 billion. And you know, we know that more and more high-profile celebs, they used to hide all the work they had done and said, it's my face cream that makes me like this. But now they're actually owning up to it a little bit more. Going back to the Times article, it said Jennifer Aniston 56, Cindy Crawford 59 and Kim Kardashian 44 have also discussed their Botox regime. Although the Times article did say that, quoting her, that she was worried that her anti-wrinkle treatments could stop her from becoming a serious actor because they limited her ability to make certain facial expressions. If you're still not convinced, here's hack number 3, and it's blush, and it's where you put it that is important. You should actually, if you take a brush and you want to put it high, and again you're following that line that you started, same direction, up you go, taking everything up. See? Right, I've zoomed you in for hack number 4. It's eyeliner. I'm using my Victoria Beckham just because it's very creamy and easy to blend, and you just add the tiniest line, and then probably the most important bit of this is to take a very, very fine, can you see, very fine angled brush, and you're flicking out. But look at that, look at the difference between that eye and that one. That one's kind of woohoo, but this eye's a little bit more difficult. And yes, don't be afraid to touch it up on your finger if you need to. So I'm quite happy, I look very well. I have one more hack to go, and actually I've got a secret bonus hack right at the very end, so stick with us. I know this has been going on for a long time, but obviously the key is finding a practitioner who really knows their craft and has an eye for making people look beautiful. So in my first video I talked about how you have like a real, I was fangirling so much, but how you have a real eye about what people's faces should. Can you explain a little bit?
No, I can't explain that. I have it, that's it. I have it, I always had it. You can't get it. I try to teach that to my young doctors. It's the most important thing, because instant. It's so quick. It's quicker than my brain, you know. My eyes is quicker than my brain, so I don't know how to explain that.
So I was fascinated to find out about your history in medicine and the whole thing about you being a surgeon.
Qualified in head and neck surgery. So I've done head and neck surgery, pathological head and neck surgery, and aesthetic surgery for many years. And I met through a friend, a great plastic surgeon in LA, and I went to visit him once every other month for 3 years. We were a very good friend, and I was doing no job.
And so then what made you decide to come to this side of...
To give up surgery? The question? Imagine at the time there was no internet, so you had to travel all over the world. So I said, listen, it's a good recipe for a good heart attack. And as far as I wanted to launch this skincare range and do the experience, I said, I need to cut the break.
Well, I for one, and lots of A-listers, are very glad that he did. Now, hack number 5, it's your old friend, your highlighter. Remember, you're going upwards so that the eye is drawn in the same direction. There we go. But before I go, I've got one bonus hack. Look after your skin, and that is something that Dr. Sebagh knows a lot about. Tell me about your skincare line. So we touched on it.
It's 20 years this year. Initially, I started doing cosmetic for Cindy Crawford because I started my career in skincare, formulating and creating skincare products for Cindy Crawford. She was my patient when she was like 25. I was working in Paris, and I was doing this what we call skin booster now. At the time, she said, "Can we bottle it because I cannot come all the time and traveling this thing." So that's why we had the idea, and then we create this skincare line, which is so successful. Meaningful Beauty must be 21 years right now, or 22 years, and mine's been launched in 2005. That came with the first generation of cosmeceuticals, which means you have proper active ingredients, you have hyaluronic acid, you have peptides, you have antioxidants. So that changed the game because with cosmeceutical, you can really change your skin. My hyaluronic acid serum repair, my deep exfoliating mask, my vitamin C powder, rose de vie serum. Few 4 items, you know, if I close the company tomorrow, people will say, please, I want my rose de vie, I want my deep exfoliating mask, please, I need my serum repair.
There you go, a couple of ways to look 5 years younger. I'm certainly going to concentrate on my skincare until I see Dr. Sebagh again. By the way, I had to leave eventually because I spent quite a lot of time with him, but there was a supermodel on her way, yeah, I had to go. I'll leave a link to Dr. Sebagh's YouTube channel, Instagram, and actually his website. When you order from there, you get little emails when you've ordered a product, and they email you to tell you how to use each and every product that you've ordered, which is so cool. I hope you've enjoyed the video, the hacks and the wisdom and knowledge and the French charm of Dr. Sebagh. Leave me a note below, just telling me what you think about treatments, Botox and fillers, but I'll leave you with one last gem from Dr. Sebagh. What's the most bizarre thing you've been asked to do?
Yes, a long time ago, a funny guy came to see me because he was working in South America, Colombia, in emerald mine. You know, he said, come to me, he said, oh, you know, it's a tough world there, it's tough world. You need to look like a criminal to work in this guy because this is really tough world. He said, can you make me a big scar on my cheek? No, fantastic. I can't. I said, yes, please, I want a nasty scar. I want to look like a tough guy. I said, sorry, no, I repair faces. I don't do scars. I don't create.
I get rid of scars.
Yes,
I
don't do scars. I don't. One of the funniest things has been asked is,